Just give us a minute.
Woo! God love me. All right. Shout out to Bert Nerd. Joe Fisher, Robert Nero. Woo! Gangster boy. Gangster. That should have been called the F segment. He was dropping F-bombs. Oh, man. That was hilarious, man. I love it. I love it. Hey, I told y'all.
Did they have that little intro where it's like, this segment is brought to you by Letter F?
Exactly.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. You watch Sesame Street too.
Letter F. That would have been great. That would have been great. Segment right there. Use it in the word. Use it in the sentence. All right. All right. We're going to go into our next segment, our sexual harassment segment. I don't think there's anything else to go into besides sexual harassment. I mean, after you drop the F word 20 times in 5 seconds.
Where else can you go from there?
Exactly.
I mean, you can't just turn around and start talking about religion or something.
Exactly. So, we're going to talk about what happened in the New York Jets locker room. This is our sports segment. Hope y'all enjoy it.
The NFL is investigating allegations that some of the New York Jets sexually harassed sports reporter Inez Sainz. Jets head coach Rex Ryan allegedly engaged in weird on-field antics with Sainz during practice on Saturday, and others hit her with catcalls and suggestive comments when she entered the locker room afterwards. With me now to talk about the ordeal in a primetime exclusive is Inez Sainz. Inez, what type of bad behavior and comments were you subjected to at practice on Saturday?
Hi, hello, nice to salute you. Well, what I try to explain is that on Saturday when I arrived to the locker rooms, what I pretend to do is not to hear anything and go straight to make my job with the interview with Mark Sanchez. But obviously in the environment, we feel that everybody start to make noises and expressions about myself. But I have 8 years working in these kind of things in Mexico and in Europe and in other parts. So I decided that it's better go to focus on my job and don't pay attention. What really happened next is that one of my colleagues, one of the media workers, also a female, came with me and told me, I'm really sorry, it mustn't happen, and I'm very feel bad for you. So I respond her that it doesn't matter, don't worry, I'm not paying attention, I only want to make my job and that's it. But yeah. I really think that she hear and the rest of the media hear a lot of things that I didn't hear.
They did, but you tweeted that you were dying of embarrassment, but you never felt attacked. So, but let me ask you something else. Now, were you encouraged to call yourself the hottest reporter in Mexico? Is that did you give yourself that name, or did your employers tell you to do that?
Well, actually, in Mexico, it's not as common as here to get to the locker rooms. When I say I am embarrassment, I feel uncomfortable here, is because I was obviously in a very complicated situation because it's a lot of men around and one of those are naked. So my cameraman say, don't turn around here, don't turn around there. So I didn't. But that is not the important point. The important point is what they are saying in the minute that I was in the locker room. So I must say that I tried, or I pretend to not hear anything. I pretend to not move and not to try to be the focus of
Inez, what I'm driving at is that some people are saying that when you call yourself the hottest reporter in Mexico and you're wearing tight jeans, etc., that people say you shouldn't be shocked if the men respond to you with catcalls. How do you respond to that?
No, absolutely no. I think I have one style. I make I don't know, over 250 interviews one-on-one with the best players in the world for the different sports, and it's my style. I only use for one kind of things. I use the jeans, I use a regular shirt, and I make the job. When I need to do another kind of covers, I dress different. But I don't believe that my dress is the point of the discussion here, because I do not anything to provocate the teams or the players. I believe that I only go to work my job, and if the jeans are or not in the way that they like it or not, that's not my problem.
Okay, thanks very much, Inez, for checking in with us on this problem.
No, thank you.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you, and I want to. Yes, only if you let me, I want to thanks to the NFL, because they are very concerned about the subject and make the investigation, and also the Jets owner, because he called me on Sunday and bring me the apologies for all the team, and he said that he is going to be very sure to respect everything.
Okay, very good. Good luck to you.
There you go, right there. Woo, I tell you. So, from her mouth to our ears, just being a woman in that locker room is gonna get them. Yeah, exactly. I think
somebody else is gonna have to say it.
Yeah,
I'll leave it up to somebody else.
Say it. I mean, for one, the host of that show didn't want to hear that shit.
No, she didn't.
She's trying to shut her up.
Nah, she didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all the time.
Exactly. She was like, look, you just talking a bunch of shit. Just straight up say that you went in there dressed like a hoochie, and she was in a tank top, a white tank top, which is, that's my favorite style, Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what she was wearing. So, yeah, she didn't own up to it. Well, do you think she owned up to it? Or what? You think what?
No, and I don't even think it's necessarily her. I don't think she's even the one making a big deal about it.
She didn't, right. She said one of her co-workers and
right. And to me, it's two separate things. It's if they were out of line, if they said something to her, which she apparently didn't hear.
Right.
If they said something, then that needs to be addressed. Because even when you were in 6th, 7th, 8th grade sports and you went on a traveling team, when you got on the bus,
right,
you knew you had to act accordingly, or you're still going to be running laps.
Right.
Time for school the next time. So
right.
They always told you, you represent the school, you represent yourselves, you conduct yourselves, blah, blah, blah. So that needs to be enforced. If they said something out of line, it needs to be addressed. But I don't think women or men need to be in opposite sexes' locker room. I think they should wait. That's not a good situation. And you've got 53 naked, 250-pound dudes. Somebody's getting sexually harassed. Either the person that's doing the interviewing or the person that's in there changing, Right. I mean, it's hard to think about these guys from their point of view or the athletes or whatever, but, it can be kind of uncomfortable because the locker room is kind of their personal space,
Right, that's what he says, like, this is our locker room.
Well, that's kind of the thing is, if you read some of the players' comments, one of the reporters asked, are you okay? And then one of the players said, well, it's our locker room, emphasize our. And then
just because one woman walk in, she don't get to take over the entire environment and set the rules and the standards. And
right. Picture this: you get done playing volleyball, soccer, baseball, whatever you're doing. You go to change with your team, and somebody has to tell you that this guy or this woman has to be there while you're changing. Right. To me, that's uncomfortable, and it's just not a good situation. But
yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, because I mean, just like I know, they will be like, well, you got to treat your guests better than you treat the people that live here. And that's not ever, I don't think that's okay. I don't think that's, pulling out the fine china when company come over. Mm-hmm. It's like, but we've been here all this time, but we can't eat off of it. I mean, it's like, yeah, these men are in their locker room, they're full of energy, the adrenaline rushing, they're exhausted, whatever. They may have arguments, whatever. They're in the best of mood.
Exactly. That's their personal time to say the stuff that the media isn't supposed to hear. Whether they just got their asses whooped, they don't want somebody in their face holding a mic in their face. That's their time when they need to unwind, get changed, get showered, whatever they need to do, whatever they need to say.
Get ready,
then have the interview. And I don't think a woman needs to be in a man's football locker room or vice versa. I just don't see any reason why that needs to happen.
I was thinking the same thing. Why couldn't she wait?
I'm not easily offended, but I'm not getting naked in front of anybody I don't have any business with. So that's just me. I'd be uncomfortable, and if I would be uncomfortable, that should tell you something right there. So,
yeah, because you be walking around in sunglasses and stuff.
Yes, I don't get more naked than the women around me, and I don't get naked with anybody unless there's a reason to be. So,
right. There got to be a purpose for all this nakedness.
So I just find it hard to believe that you're going to go in a locker room full of 53 naked, big buff guys and just be totally innocent about it. And, you know, I don't know who's hot out there, I guess. Right. Reggie Bush is, or Chad Ochocinco, or what's his name? Miles Austin.
Mm-hmm. That's the
There's women that's going to look at that, from what I understand. So it just kind of doesn't seem to be a good situation to me.
It's a double standard, huh?
Well, it definitely is, but I would just say it all the way around. I wouldn't say allow men into women's locker rooms or anything like that. I would say reporters of all kinds, of all sexes,
out.
Wait for them to shower, get changed. Mark Sanchez could have walked his happy ass out the locker room, given his interview, and went back in, and this would all be good.
And that's what I was thinking, because I was thinking like, you know they interview the players on the field. You know, when they win the championships and everything, you see them right there on the court. Mm-hmm. I mean, why was she in the locker room? That part, that part didn't work for me. That didn't work for me at all. I mean, she didn't have any business in the locker room. You know? So, all right, let's go into this. Since we're talking about sports, we'll stay with sports a little bit. And we'll go into the sport called dancing. This will just be a short one. I think we'll be dancing with the cats.
People to just remember Billy for who she was.
A friendly and outgoing 67-year-old who loved to hike. But after her disappearance nearly 4 months ago, Bill James made a gruesome discovery this week.
Yes, there was clutter in the house.